Well, here I go mechanicking again. Today we've got a 2013 Chevy Volt where the window regulator's busted. You can hear the motor working in there, but all that sound you're hearing is pulleys and stuff not functioning right. So I gotta pull this panel off, get a new regulator, slap it in. It's pretty easy in these things. So to get these things off, it's pretty much just 3 bolts. You just pull this thing out, there's 2 there. I've already popped this, so it's easier to take out, but then you got 1 bolt back there. These are 7mm. Put them somewhere safe, they're all the same size. Slide that up and off. Alright, now we got 2 connectors here. We've got the cable for the door pull handle. We'll get that out. And then this is all the wiring for the door, all in this one cluster, and that just pulls out like a clip. So this just pops up like this. Up to that. Come on. There we go. Pull that all the way out. And that slides out like that. Now we'll just set this somewhere safe. Now all that's left is the 2 bolts for the door handle bracket, and then taking off this weather stripping, which we want to keep intact because that's got to go back on. This is literally just held up with adhesive, so I'm just going to peel that off carefully. Now we're going to pull the power cable off the regulator. When I get the new regulator, I'm going to pull these 10mm bolts here, pull out the regulator, put the new one in, but for now I'm just going to get this window up and supported. The motor came in, so we're going to put that in now. I had a different support here, but I didn't like that, so I ended up bolting a different board in place here so I knew it wouldn't move. As you can tell, I actually did take the motor out. I didn't get that part on video, but it was just a couple 10mm bolts and kind of finagling it out of there. Now the window's taped up so I can remove the support and put the new motor in. Da-da-da-da! New regulator! Okay, so I'm going to finagle this into here. I'm gonna plug this doohickey into this doohickey, and we're going to set the panel close to it so I can plug the controls back in, and we're gonna test it to make sure the motor works before we do anything else. Okay, it works. No more grinding and other bad sounds like last time. So I need to get this thing up here and bolt it in there. This side bolted in there, and then here and here. Now that those 4 bolts are installed, I'm gonna plug the door panel back in again, roll those clips all the way up. They should grip the window, and then I can bolt them in here and here. Now it's important to note that these clips are gripping glass. So I could either use a screwdriver, or thankfully my impact driver has a screw setting on it. But either way, I need to be careful because if these clips grip it too tight, the window will bust. So let's just be easy on the trigger. Now I need to look under here and make sure that the clip is actually around the window and not just like pushing up on one end or the other. So now that I've confirmed that these are actually centered on the window, I can drop this tape, let the window settle into the clips, and then get these bolts up between the holes so I can tighten them. When I took that last piece of tape off, you saw the window settle in where it's supposed to be. So now I can raise it up and get those very carefully tightened. After some careful thought and consideration, I did grab a handheld nut driver. Not too tight. Just snug. Always test as you go, so let's oh yeah, that's nice. And let's make sure the automatic works. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Finally time to get this thing put back together, starting with the weather stripping, this E-Flex here. We're gonna get the door pull cable pulled through that, the wiring, and then the rest of the pieces. Next, we just put the door handle bracket back on. Connect the wiring. And put the door handle pull back on. It's a little bit tricky to get this camera angle, but we're gonna put this ball in there. Make sure your clip is on top. Pull it towards you, get the wire between that little slot there, and let that click in place. Now if you look inside this door panel there, you see it has like a hook on it. We're going to get it up and over this lock and in between the window and the door. Now we're just going to press on the side here and make sure all of these clips are properly secured back in place. All right, that's in. Last things to do are these two bolts here, one bolt in there, and then we'll put the covers back in place. All right, final test. It works. One last thing, while I had the motor out and the window boarded up so they could drive it while I was waiting on the motor to come in, the car dings at you saying the door's open. It's not, it still locks and everything. But just in case you happen to go through this yourself, that's normal.